Military Makeover is brought to you by Purple Heart Homes, the official nonprofit housing partner.
All right, my friend, look, we are in Tucson, Arizona, about the farthest west that we've ever been, getting ready to give another deserving veteran family a good renovation of their home. But, my brother, we got cacti out here, we got rattlesnakes. I heard somebody already got stung by a scorpion. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's one of our more remote locations out here, and because of that, a lot of the work had to start before we even got here, like pouring subfloor and all of that, but nothing's gonna stop Military Makeover.
And even as remote as we are, I heard you guys have had a great number of volunteers already, right?
That's right. As a testament to Matt's 20 years in the Air Force and his continued service to the community, we have over 30 veteran volunteers ready to pitch in.
That's on day one. I hope we get even more for the rest of the week. So look, you got to go off and meet John Galena of Purple Heart Homes, which is an unbelievable charity. You got to look them up. They've done a lot of good work for us, and they've done a lot of good work for veterans all over the country.
Yeah, great. I can't wait to see John.
Okay, my friend, I'm going to go change up and meet the family so I can get a little bit of their backstory. And you've got to stick around because Military Makeover starts right now.
Military Makeover presented in part by Service Experts.
Well, I'll tell you what, we weren't kidding. We really are remote out here in Vail, Arizona. John Galena from Purple Heart Homes, great to have you back. This is a special makeover for many reasons. Tell me all about it.
You know, Art, it's really special just being able to work with our partners to get this project done. We could not do it without Military Makeover and this great community out here in Vail, Arizona. Over 30 other veteran nonprofits have joined in to be able to support.
Well, you know, that is what it's all about. Teamwork, community, veterans helping veterans. Tell me about Matt. You know, he's been through a lot in his life, his time in the service and even afterwards, and now this is a special forever home for him in Virginia.
You know, he really exemplifies the same values that we share in our partnership about giving back, paying it forward, taking care of the community. And, you know, I know that him and Virginia also want to be able to have their own nonprofit to be able to serve veterans. And so we're excited to be able to provide them the space and the home and just the peace of mind to know that their home's secure in order that they can do that.
And with Purple Heart Homes involvement, it really takes it up a notch, right? You guys have the muscle to get things done. You're our official nonprofit housing partner with Military Makeover. We've done dozens of makeovers together, but with this one, it's going to take a little extra heavy lifting, isn't it?
You know, it really is. We had to call in the heavy guns and bring some of our national partners in to be able to support, and it's a big lift.
Well, I can't wait to meet Matt in Virginia. What do you say we go do that?
Hey, let's do it.
All right. Wow, John, you weren't kidding. This is a special space. I mean, look at this view, and it looks like they've done some work already.
Hey, they have, Art, and they got just great taste. Beautiful home. Hey, speaking of our family, here we got Matt in Virginia. Guys, I'm so excited to be introducing Art from Military Makeover.
Virginia, great to meet you.
Art.
Matt, thank you for your service, and both of you, thank you for always giving back. Are you excited to be on Military Makeover?
Extremely excited and a little still unbelievable experience.
Well, it's going to get better and better. Now, John, tell me, how do you guys know each other? How'd you connect?
You know, it really comes through the Air Force. So when we first got the referral from CJ,
yeah.
You know, we were just thrilled. We found that they were the perfect family, just a great outlook about life and a significant need here in their home.
Awesome. Well, it's a beautiful space. You want to make this your forever home, right?
We do.
We're halfway there already. Just got to get through the finish line.
Well, you know what? Due to the remote location out here, we had to get some work done before, as you know. We'll talk a little bit more about that later, but there's one thing that I need, my friend. There we are. Yeah, he's a little reluctant. It's okay to be nervous.
It's going to be great, I promise.
Any last requests?
No, make sure it's still standing by the time we come home.
I think we can handle that. And I'm going to be checking in with you guys throughout the makeover before reveal day. Any chance you like outdoor activities, Matt?
Hunt, hike, bike, name it. If it's outside, let's do it.
Awesome. Okay, I think I can come up with something cool to do. Well, you guys go. You're going to meet Montel, tell your story. The car's waiting for you outside, and we'll see you later, all right?
Sounds good.
And John, we've got a little bit of exploring to do because when we come back, we're going to check out the work that's been done and what we're going to do to this house. Come on, John.
This Military Makeover is brought to you in part by Western Governors University.
All right, so let's take a look at where all of our makeover is happening. It's actually on just one side of the house, isn't it, John? This area needed a whole lot of work, and fortunately, Troy, our construction manager, is back. Good to see you, brother.
Good to see you too.
Awesome. And you know what, John? You know John Galena.
John, how are you?
Good to see you again.
John, you brought in a bunch of guys that helped us out all the way from North Carolina.
Yeah, that's right. We got Riverview Construction here. Juan and his crew, they're helping take care of all the framing and the drywall for us to start putting things back together with Troy.
That is great. And you know what? The framing was super important because we're widening doorways, making it more accessible for Matt. Isn't that right?
We are. We're widening the hallway, all the doorways, so it's a lot easier for him to get in and out of spaces in this area.
But as beautiful as this home was, it was really a mess. I mean, it was really all just one open room.
Let me tell you, it started from the ground up. This was about a horseshoe type shape in here. There was 2 rooms with a bathroom in between it. So we're walling it off to make separate areas instead of just one open hodgepodge of the space.
Say that 3 times fast,
Yeah,
right?
right?
Well, you know what? Normally I get to tour the place before, but you guys had to come in, rip the whole place apart for one very specific reason. And John, I'll let you catch up with Juan. Very specific reason, because we had a not up to code subfloor, right? This makeover literally had to start from the ground up, but what do we have in here? This is the primary suite?
This is the primary bedroom and primary bathroom. In fact, look, there's Robert from Cruz Concrete right there.
You are the legend, my friend. I heard we had a lot of work to do here. Tell me about the challenge that you had to overcome.
Well, the challenge was getting all the material outside through just the doors, been wheelbarrows. So we had to take out all the tile, make piles outside, dig down to get 5-inch concrete floor, reinforcing and Stego vapor barrier, and we were able to pull the trucks in and pour the floor.
Wow, that is amazing. Now, just to be clear, this was Saltillo tile on compacted dirt. Have you ever seen anything like that
I've never
before?
seen anything done like that before.
And it was all uneven, it was a trip hazard?
Yeah, it was very uneven, very unstable.
Unbelievable. Well, I know you're busy doing the inspection back there. Great to see you, Robert.
Thank
Great
you.
to have Cruz Concrete on board. And you know what? Now it's level, it's safe, the color matches the rest of the house, and we're really taking over this primary suite, aren't we?
We really are. In fact, just like on the other side, we're opening up all the doorways, so it's just more accessible. His closet, his bathroom, that way everything's widened and easily accessible for Matt.
We're creating a beautiful retreat for our family. And you know what? All the material that you ripped out of here has to go somewhere. And fortunately, our friends from Junk King are back once again on Military Makeover. Troy, I'll see you in a little bit.
See you then.
Hey, there she is, Marnie. Good to see you.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, it's great. You know what? It's great to have Junk King back on another Military Makeover. You've been on dozens with us, and this one is extra special because you spent the last few weeks doing all the prep work, getting the stuff out of here.
We have. I think we took out over 8 tons of flooring from this house.
Wow, that is crazy. Now, in any junk removal situation, not all of it ends up in a landfill with Junk King, does it?
Well, that's right. We hope to take as much as possible to donation centers, recycling centers, keeping about 60% of everything out of the landfill.
That is great, and that's what makes you one of the greenest junk removal companies in the country. And you know, this is a great opportunity for a franchisee owner-operator just like you. You basically are the junk queen of Tucson.
Well, some call me the junk queen.
That is great. And you've got a setup for any situation. You can drop off a dumpster for a DIYer, or you can bring in the dump truck for full service.
That's right. Our team can go anywhere. If you need to clean out a garage or an attic, we can be there same day.
Awesome. Well, you know what? When we come back, Montel's talking with our family, and you know what I need is a ride back to civilization. Can you take me back to Tucson?
I can, but we need to just make one stop.
Where's that?
We have to stop at the recycling center.
Of course we do. I'll give you a hand with that. Let's go.
This military makeover is brought to you in part by Western Governors University.
This Kosto family, Virginia, very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Matt, nice to meet you too, sir. My goodness, guys, thank you so much for letting us honor you this way.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
For sure. You know, I want to go back for a minute and just talk a little bit about your family and your lives together, because you guys have an amazing kind of a story. I mean, this goes way back to grade school, does it not?
Yeah, for sure.
You were sneaking around in the 6th grade going, oh, I think she's cute.
No, she knocked me off the monkey bars. That's what it comes down to.
Did she?
Yeah.
No, that's always his story, but no.
But you were friends in grade school,
Yep.
and then you kind of circled around each other until you got into high school. Then somebody asked the question first. Who asked the question first?
That one.
Totally secret admirer, center of rose, and it progressed from there.
I mean, the two of you decided to marry right after you graduated from high school, right?
Yeah, our summer fling lasted 28 years. So we decided to make it official.
And along that path, when did you decide the military was going to be a career for you?
It was actually my junior year in high school.
There was a moment in time where you kind of were tossing and turning of which branch of service to go in, right? You had a stepfather was in the
Navy.
Navy? And your dad was in the Marine Corps?
My biological father was Air Force.
Air Force, okay. And you wanted to go in the Marine Corps?
I did want to go in the Marine Corps.
You had a teacher talk you out of it?
He was my welding instructor, and I was his teacher's aide for a long time. And he supported my decision to go into the military, but he wanted to make sure I was making the right decision. His analogy was, you can sleep in trenches or be the guy watching people sleep in trenches. So the more I thought about it, I kind of vectored into the Air Force direction, found myself in the recruiter's office.
And deployments for you, I mean, that must have been tough, leaving behind a small family and small children, right?
Oh, for sure. Missed a lot of big moments and had to play catch up every time I came back, and about the time we'd get into the norm, I'd go on the road again.
And during one of your deployments, when you were up in Alaska, right, you went through kind of like almost hell and back, where you had to literally respond to an aircraft going down.
Yeah, you know, we were at work, and she knew I was out on patrol with my friends doing wildlife stuff, and we had to respond to a C-17 crash.
You're talking about having to respond to an aircraft that goes down, fire on the ground, and of course they reach out to the military to come out and help put this thing out. You're in a terrain that's almost inhabitable. And tell me about that experience.
One of the hardest experiences of my life. So, like I said, I was out with 3 other agents. We were out on patrol. Radio chatter starts going off. We see a big plume of smoke. We were the first ones on the scene. And we were told to stand down a little bit until the fire department got there so we could actually escort them in, because we were really the only ones that knew how to get there. But we got out there and literally turned the corner, and it's just a wall of flames, smoke, coming from an airplane that I'd rode on multiple times. And
adrenaline's pumping.
Oh yeah,
that, right?
We didn't know how many people were on board at the time.
Hoping for survivors.
Hoping for something. Then we got word there was only four members on board, and we didn't find any survivors. Found a lot of remains, bits and pieces. So we were out there for about 12 hours.
Wow. And that stayed with you?
Every day.
Yeah. I mean, you told a story about, was it you that found the glove?
You found a glove on the ground, and passively you don't think anything about it until you realize there's still a hand in the glove.
And that stayed with you? Stayed with you today? I can see how you're explaining it.
Yeah. And I didn't realize how much it stayed with me until long after.
Long after. I mean, after having demonstrated the resilience and the fortitude that you demonstrated during your 20 years, you come home, you guys are getting ready to start this next phase of your life, and then, boom. I mean, you get hit with the blast of your diagnosis with cancer, right?
Yeah, that's what 2020 gave us, was a heck of a surprise out of the blue.
Out of the blue, I mean, what went through your mind? I mean, here's been your rock, and now your rock is not crumbling, but, has some dings.
So, I'm a mechanic. I fix things. I couldn't fix that. I couldn't do anything. It was during COVID. I couldn't even go to her appointments with her and support her. It was devastating. That's the hardest thing I've ever done. I tried to study up on everything I could, because I fix things. I need to know about it. I can't fix cancer. I wish I could. But she did it. She kicked cancer's ass.
It recovered well, right? In remission?
So far,
still been in remission?
Still in remission. This is my last year of testing. And then I'll hit the 5-year mark. And 5 years is when you can officially say that you're cancer-free.
So you get hit by boom with the cancer, and then you got in a motorcycle accident, did you not?
I was on the receiving end of a pretty bad motorcycle accident. Beautiful day, October 2021. Needed to stop for cigarettes. And went to make a turn, and I got a hug from an F-150.
Wow.
Tried to get up, got on my forearms and my knees, and went to stand up, and something wasn't right. And I looked over, and the bottom half of my cowboy boot was laying off an intersection. I was laying there and called Virginia. Say, hey, I've been in an accident, pretty messed up. I think I have to get transported to the hospital. Went through the ER, trauma team, looked at it, they did their MRIs, their CAT scans, all that good stuff, and the doc came and asked me, she said she hadn't seen my leg yet, but she'd seen pictures. She didn't know if she was gonna be able to save it. So she asked me what I thought, you know, if she couldn't save it, how about being an amputee? I didn't know anything about being an amputee. Woke up in a recovery room. Nurse came over and she said I was in recovery. Asked if I needed anything, and I was like, yeah, can you move the sheets? Because I was bound to the bed. And I looked down and just had a big empty space where my foot used to be.
And as if that's not enough, right after that, you find out that you had some difficulty with your home, right? With your house?
Yep.
Yeah.
Unable to make it handicap accessible thanks to no foundation.
And you didn't know that when you moved in?
No, no. That was a big eye-opener.
Yeah. That turned into, from a self-help, quick remodel to what are we gonna do?
Wow. And as if, again, I keep saying it over and over again, as if that's enough punches, but then you get another punch, right? You got smacked upside the head with your own cancer diagnosis, right?
Yeah. Things weren't feeling right with some of my skin issues, and went and had them checked out, and they biopsied and I had melanoma.
Oh my God.
Luckily, they were able to just cut it out. Now they're monitoring me through the VA. But that was kind of surreal. I mean, you come up from one dunk in the pool, and next thing you know, you
get dunked again, get dunked again.
It was a rough haul. We just kept on pushing through. We kept on trying to look at the brighter side of things.
Well, that's what military families do, right? Mm-hmm. That's how you stay together. I mean, the two of you literally are like, you know, the portrait child or children of, you know, how love can conquer all, really, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're resilient.
Well, again, thank you so much for letting us honor you to be our Military Makeover family, a recipient. And sir, thank you so much for your service.
And you,
And thank you for your service, for sure. Make sure you tune into the next episode of Military Makeover.